Hello YouTube. In this video I'm going to attempt to show you a couple things in Maximus Arcade that you may have not seen before. They're fairly uncommon for these videos, such as unsupported emulators like the Nintendo Wii, Gamecube, DS, and I'll also show you a couple of my batch files, hopefully to give you a couple ideas that may have not thought of to put in your Maximus Arcade. And I'll also mention a couple small features in MA that aren't commonly discussed either. In this video you'll not be seeing me do any actual gameplay. I find gameplay makes these videos kind of drag and lag, and it makes them boring and it's pointless. But I do assure you that all the emulators you do see here all do run perfectly. They all launch to full screen and what have you. If you have any doubts on whether or not any of these actually work, go ahead and send me send me a message or whatever, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video of me actually playing some of those Nintendo systems through the Maximus Arcade. Also in my info tab, you can find links there explaining how I actually set up my Nintendo systems and a few other things. So take a look there before you start sending me questions on how do I do this, how do I do that, because some of it's already listed in my info. Okay, a couple shortcuts in my batch files. Firefox, handy to have. Karaoke, I do like to karaoke. I have the whole Sunfly series. Windows Media Center. Just a few handy things there. The American Lazer games. All these actually work perfectly fine. When I launched them, they all go to full screen. If you're wondering how I did this, follow my info tab to a link. I wrote a small tutorial on how I did this. Very easy to do. Shouldn't take more than half an hour to set up, and for some of you, you might be able to do it inside of 10 minutes if you're computer savvy enough. You may have to download one or two pieces of software, but it's well worth it. Video, that's basically a shortcut to a Windows folder, so I can watch my TV series and my movies and all that. Now, as I mentioned before, this is set up through my Logitech cordless rumble pad 2, and it's also set up as my mouse as well, so I can easily navigate all these folders, right? And pick a show that I want to watch. So that's very handy. And then I also have shortcuts to my audio folders, my MP3s and what have you, because that's the way I prefer to search for music. Quickly show you my MP3 jukebox. I'm using a program called Album Player, and this is going to take a little while to load up because I have 500 gigs worth of music, so it takes a little bit to load up. Anyways, Album Player is great for those of you who have touchscreen TVs or monitors, because there is something built into it that'll make it touchscreen. So that's kind of why I just wanted to quickly show you this. And this is what it looks like. So you can walk up to your screen and touch these CDs and hit the play button and what have you. Show you my media player, which I'm just using Windows Media Center. And yeah, I just put in all the Angry Video Game Nerd videos because they just seem to make sense. Nice little addition to MA. Quickly mention the sound, if you have a listen here. Now those are sounds of an arcade. I found some guy online, he made like these 3 or 4 different audio clips and like 1 hour long MP3s of sounds of an arcade. And it's none of this looping type of stuff, it does change over time. and he's got sounds of a 70s arcade, 80s arcade, and 90s arcade. So it's just kind of a nice little addition to, you know, polish off. It's just a nice little addition to polish off your MA. Also mentioned the shortcuts. Not too many people mention them, but they're very handy. You know, you have your shortcuts to all your emulators, so you can quickly get to each of your emulators very easily. And then, of course, there's the favorites menu as well, which took me a while to... I didn't find it at first when I first started using MA, but they're very handy to have, you know, so you can set up all your different favorite folders. Don't want to really go into MAME at all, because, you know, you've seen a million of these MAME videos. But I just wanted to quickly mention two small things, and the first being the MU movies, the videos that are playing. You can get those from emumovies.com. It is a misconception that you need an account, a paid account, to download these videos and buy the videos. And that's not true. You can actually download torrents off their site. So if you are a torrent user, you can download all these videos through a torrent. And they have FLV and also AVI videos. And each of those is like 17 gigs. So there's quite a few videos. Like, I have videos for every game I have in here. So it's pretty nice. I also wanted to mention the info that you can get on each main game, which I don't think I've really seen mentioned too much in these YouTube videos for MA. So you can bring up this menu and find out, you know, technical information about what system, you know, the machine it was run on, trivia about a game, tips and game controls, how to play a game, which is pretty handy because, you know, there's so many, you know, arcade games out there. How do you play? Well, bring up this menu and maybe it'll be under tips, you know. Ports, you know, if a game has been ported to a different system, like, you know, Revolution X was ported to all these different Sega systems as well as Sony PlayStation. So that's kind of nice to know, you know. So that's a handy little feature not commonly mentioned in these videos. Okay, sure some of you were wondering about the Wii. Here it is. Now I have Nintendo Wii and GameCube both running through the same emulator because they both run through the Dolphin emulator. So I've just grouped them together here, and as you can see, I've just labeled the ROMs Wii and NGC for Nintendo GameCube games. One day I might separate them if I get more games, but at the moment I've only got a few, so I don't really play too much Wii and Nintendo GameCube. And as you can see, because it's not a supported emulator, I actually had to put it under the Texas Instruments emulator. And same as the Nintendo DS, it's not supported by MA, so I had to put it under the Sinclair. So that's what it looks like. And again, I'm not going to show you any gameplay, but I assure you all these ROMs do work. It all goes to full screen. It works perfectly fine. I even have, you know, my mouse cursor set up so I can, you know, use the touch screen on the Nintendo DS. And again, as I mentioned before, follow my info tab if you want to know how to do this. Some guy on the net, I can't remember his name, wrote this fantastic tutorial on how to set up all these Nintendo systems and a couple other systems that I can't even remember the name of as well. So that's pretty nice. So I think that's about it for this video. I just wanted to show you a few uncommon things, you know, that you don't really see too much in these MA videos. So hopefully you'll walk away saying to yourself, "Oh, well, I never thought to do that." You know, yeah, I should put a Firefox link in my batch files, and maybe I should check out this Frets on Fire program. Which is, you know, the PC equivalent of Guitar Hero, and yeah, I should put in some links to my video folders and what have you. And yeah, I really do want to be able to use my American Light Gun games and have them go to full screen without, any hassles when I launch. So hopefully you've learned something here, and yeah, thank you very much, YouTube. Have a great day, and that is the end of this video. And again, yeah, sorry about the quality of the video. My screen capture program is not running very well, so I just set up my webcam to do this. Alright, have a great day.